TeamTab Engineering Incorporated will develop an economical and environmentally responsible solution to regulating body temperature. The end product will be for personal use without unreasonable long-term health effects and will be designed for daily use by the average person without the need for complex controls and with ergonomic functionality. TeamTab's vision of a successful solution involves researching various methods of changing body temperature, developing a technological solution, determining delivery method of this technological solution, sourcing the necessary materials for the product, constructing a proof of concept, ensuring user needs are met, and assessing end-user costs, which must not exceed $1,000.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I am the head of research and development here for the sweater project.
It's my job here to do the research and development for all of the technological and mechanical systems required in order to complete the sweater project. So the goals for my position during the sweater project was to find the useful materials for creating the actual product itself. So I had to examine the material properties to make sure that they were going to be feasible for our project. Some of the properties, for example, for some of the fluids or the tubing that we were going to use was the weight of the fluid or tubing, its specific heat capacity to find out how much energy it was going to require, and also the environmental impact of after the product was finished and being used. Another property that I had to be concerned about was for the mechanical properties of any of the fluid pumps, the air blowers, or any of the heaters that we were going to use. I had to be careful of their power consumption because this was going to be battery operated. We need to know how long it was going to last. And also the flow rate of the device so we would know how much heat it was going to transfer to the individual. And lastly, it was my job also to design a prototype for our consumer.
My name is Philip Nguyen and I'm the design and marketing manager for the SWTR project. My responsibilities include designing the product to meet the customer specifications and also to meet with the marketing department to make sure that we're on track for our marketing goals. So early on we made sketches of the early concepts. This is something we did to try to nail down the style, and this also gave some constraints for the R&D department to work around and to fit the technology into what we were doing. My goal here is to create a design for the target audience, which is functional. So that means a lot of going back and forth with the R&D department, making sure things are looking right, and also to make sure that this product becomes something that we can turn a profit on.
Hi, I'm Sakesh Subramonian, working at the Financial and Logistic Division for SWTR projects. I'm in charge of transportation, inventory, supplies, and acquiring materials, and also deal with costs related to manufacturing, processing, and shipment. The finance and logistic goals of this project are maintain low cost, acquire high quality materials, keep cost under $1,000, and maximize the profit.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Joseph and I'm the project manager for the SWTR project. As project manager, my job is to use tools such as the work breakdown structure and the Gantt chart to keep our team's tasks on track. We created a timeline split into 4 phases, which identified the main components of our project to successful completion. My main goal for the project was to have a well thought out timeline that enabled us sufficient time to complete all tasks with the customer deadlines, as well as to provide time for contingency situations.
The work breakdown structure for the sweater project split the tasks for our project into 6 main categories. The project manager is responsible for communication with the client, managing schedule, and coordinating team tasks. Research and development was responsible for researching existing technologies, design choice, and physical prototype construction and theoretical design simulation. Design was responsible for the early design concept, design for manufacturing, and style design. Marketing is responsible for target audience research, promotional materials, and focus groups on design concepts. Finance is responsible for cost analysis of designs, as well as budgeting of resources. Finally, logistics is responsible for listing the materials and the suppliers. In addition, the work breakdown structure divides up the cost for the project, which sum to $40,000. Project management is allocated $4,000. Research and development is allocated $15,000. Design is allocated $10,000. Marketing is allocated $6,000. Finance is allocated $2,000. and logistics is allocated $2,000.
Key to a good project is spreading out the responsibility of all your different managers. So we decided to spread out our responsibility, as you can see here on this chart, from some of the simpler tasks which required maybe only 2 of our managers, such as the actual technological research, as you can see here, or the modeling and simulation, which really only required the R&D department and the design department. You can see material sources here as well was only for 2. But when you get into the more critical aspects of the project, you can see that all of our managers were heavily involved, such as making the actual final design choice or the theoretical design, like the technical aspect behind it. You can see everybody here was involved in making those decisions. And then finally at the very end as well, the construction of the prototype itself required the input of all of our different managers in order to make sure that it was going to be what our customer wanted. We originally started the sweater project with an 82-day projected timeline. So we're looking at our Gantt chart here, and we're seeing at the start that we wanted to communicate originally with our client. See, that took about 2 days, figured. After that, we needed to research out the technologies that we were going to need. Very simple here, you can see. It took about 4 days. We went a little bit over time on that. Then we needed to come up with our design choice of what we were going to finalize. It took a little bit longer than we expected. You can see right here at the end, it added some extra time. So after that, we got a late start on the design concept, but overall it took about as long as we thought it was going to. Then when we got into the theoretical design, it really dragged out. It took a lot longer than we expected in order to actually figure out all the technical aspects of our design choice. So now, where we're at about today, we're a little bit behind. As you can see, we've finished a lot of our focus group work down here. We've also come up with half of our list of materials because we know what it is that we're going to require by the end. We know about what it's going to look like. Our style design is pretty much on point. So we're right now in the point of working on promotional material, finding the list of suppliers, and constructing our physical prototype.